So, by the way, those sunglasses,
Oh,
man.
you already recorded?
I think it's recording. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh shit. Oh, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the pod. It's your boy Ethan, your boy Sheik. We have some NFL new contracts to talk about, finals preview, and Western Conference final uh after view.
And then maybe we'll quickly cover Champions League.
I mean, yeah, I don't
At
really
the, at
want.
the very end, we'll just say what happened. That's it. But we're gonna start with NFL because that's like all that to me really matters right now. I don't really care. The NFL, the NBA stuff starts tomorrow, so we're a little bit early. But let's start easy with this. Christian McCaffrey signed a 2-year deal at 38 million, 19 million a year,
Mm-hmm.
24 million guaranteed. And he's only 27. I keep on forgetting he's only 27. For some
Yeah,
reason,
he's young.
I
He's
think
young.
he's like 30, but this
It
is a
pisses
really
me
good
off.
deal. He's
I
the
love.
highest paid running back by $4 million now. Kamara's at 15 million a year. So this is well worth it. I'm surprised that it's taken this long for him to get such a big deal, considering he's probably been the problem is the injuries. The injuries have always been kind of a concern for him. But last year he had uh close to 1,500 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns, which is flipping
God damn.
right? And the Niners went to the Super Bowl, right? I don't have his playoff stats right now, but they were probably great as well. Yes, they did lose in the Super Bowl, but nonetheless, he was still a phenomenal player and a key part in even getting that far. Definitely without him, I don't think that they get there.
He
So
looks like he belongs there.
yeah, it does look like it's definitely a better fit than Carolina. I think in Carolina.
Carolina's ass. Ain't been relevant since Cam Newton
Well, that's part
signed
of it,
him.
right? Like he was just kind of selling tickets there too, but once they moved him, it was it's really been a dump there
Mhm.
since McCaffrey's been gone. Um, but yeah, I think there isn't really too much to compare that to. He deserves to be the highest paid. It's
Mhm.
totally reset the running back market now because it's a $4 million difference. So whoever's contract is up next, I'm not sure who it'll be. Maybe it's Kamara. Maybe it'll be
Camaro's not worth it.
whoever it is that's a top end running back that'll have a deal up next season. Um, Depending on who it is, probably will get close to that. But this deal could hold up. The 19 million a year, it could hold up. But some teams, they just want to keep their guys. But running backs don't always get the same treatment. So depends on
No,
the
but like how they have so much money? Because like does that
Niners.
mean that they chose McCaffrey over Ayuk?
Well, they didn't pay Purdy yet.
Oh, and Purdy still too, because
Purdy's
Purdy's
still
not
under
on
contract, right? We're not going to talk about that today because I have no idea what kind of deal he's going to get. Because some
probably
people
next
think he
week
deserves
although.
to be one of the highest paid. Others say he shouldn't be close to that because he doesn't really do anything special on the
Yeah,
field.
he's a system player.
It's 2 years in a row that they're in the Super Bowl. So I mean, whatever he's doing is working, right?
Two
Uh,
years.
weren't the Niners in the Super Bowl last year or the conference final? Oh, you're right. Sorry, year before. Sorry, conference final last year, but Purdy got hurt,
Hmm.
and the Eagles went to the final against the Chiefs, and then this year they're in the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
So hoping for one more step next
Look
year.
at that ball
Next
knowledge,
season.
guys. God.
Anyways, now we'll move on to the important stuff. So the first one, this is like the one that's totally reset the wide receiver market. Justin Jefferson, 4 years, 140 million with 110 million guaranteed. Almost fully. There's some weird stuff in the contract about some stuff that's practically guaranteed, which basically he just has to like hit
Probably
the
all pros and shit. And like how
maybe,
many
but also
yards.
it's just like he has to make sure that he plays out the duration of the deal to get
Hmm.
it all. But it's 35 million annual average per year. He's the highest paid non-quarterback ever, and he's 25, right? And at first, when I saw this deal, I was like, geez, man, like Jefferson, that highest paid by a decent amount. Because I
Was it
think
like 8 mil,
Amon-Ra was
5 mil?
before it. I think it's by $5 million he's highest paid.
It was before Tyreek?
Oh no, I think it was Amon-Ra.
Oh, okay,
He
okay.
signed it this year. It was like 30 million a year. We're gonna get to
No.
the contract too, but 35 million a year. At first, I was like, this is too much, right? Like
Hmm.
it just feels like too much for a wide receiver because you can't really a wide receiver doesn't really win you games, right? They're always kind of the support. But when
It's
I
a
was looking at the
quarterback.
stats, Jefferson still to this day, even with last year's injury issues, has yet to have a season under 1,000 yards. And obviously last year he had a bunch of injuries, and he's still at over 1,000. Each year he's had steady improvement. 1,400 yards in year one, 1,600 in year two, and 1,800 in year three, and all of it in close to double-digit touchdowns. I think year two he had 10, in all three of those years. So it's actually totally worth it because
Hmm.
this is like the steadiest wide receiver in the NFL by far. And this is with Kirk Cousins being the quarterback, be like for a little while,
Before.
plus a bunch of backups last year.
And a bad coach too. Like his
Yeah.
first 2 years, I
Yeah,
think.
Mike
The
Zimmer.
coach. Yeah, Mike
Yeah,
Zimmer, I heard it was
Zimmer it was. And then O'Connell moved in.
like, yeah,
But
O'Connell's a great
he
coach.
didn't get the proper feeling with O'Connell this year because of the
Oh yeah.
injuries. But
And Kirk too, because he got
well,
injured.
and now you think about now they've locked him up for 4 years. And the reason why this deal makes sense is because McCarthy, I don't know if he's signed a deal yet, but he's probably going to sign a 4 or 5 year rookie contract, probably
Probably,
4
for
years.
sure.
And then they're hoping the best case scenario is that by the time McCarthy's deal is done and Jefferson's deal, they'll both be done at the same time.
Hmm.
Then they're hoping that McCarthy is going to be one of the higher paid quarterbacks, and then they'll have to figure something out. But for the 4 years that McCarthy is on the rookie deal, Jefferson is there, or at least for three of them. We don't know about all the extension crap that happens always 1 year to go. But for
Yeah.
3 years at least,
Hmm.
if JJ McCarthy, who you hope is going to develop into the quarterback of the future, and you have Justin Jefferson, he's working his way towards a Hall of Fame career.
Hmm.
Right? He's getting himself there. And
He
to
has
have
the stats. He has the stats. He has the
he
all
has the
pro.
stats to do it,
He has
he has everything to it, right?
he has the ring.
He's just missing that. I don't know if he has an offensive player of the year yet. Probably not, but if he doesn't, he'll get one. Right? Like he is a really, really good wide receiver. So
Oh, pray JJ throws that thing. It's not just a run. This ain't college
no,
football. No.
I think O'Connell is gonna find a way to work it well because all these like the guy he's coming out of McVay's system. Like I totally expect him to run it
I
kind of
feel
like
like it's a
I'm.
lot of short routes. They're gonna run a lot of short, medium
But
routes.
that's what Jefferson runs. He runs the slot a
Yeah.
lot of the time, right? Runs a lot of out routes. I think
Maybe
that's
similar
kind of
to
similar to
Cooper Cup,
Michigan play.
no?
You're gonna have to adapt to the Michigan playbook probably. But
Yeah.
McCarthy, all in all, is a pretty smart quarterback though, so it'll get figured out. He's
Yeah,
going
he's
to
got that high motor, that nice grit.
the high motor. But yeah, so Jefferson's deal. Now that you think it resets the market, like we're gonna get to some other players later who could be signing deals like this, but
Hmm.
for now, this is a good deal. It is a lot for a wide receiver considering how much less running backs make. Like McCaffrey being highest paid running back at 19 million a year and Jefferson at 35 million a year. That's a huge gap. And if you say who's better, Jefferson or McCaffrey, most people probably say McCaffrey, right? So if
I'm saying both.
fine, even if most people don't say it, let's say it's 50-50 or 60-40 for Jefferson.
Yeah,
That gap is massive. He should be
yeah,
closer. It should be 25 million, right?
yeah.
So let's see.
I think,
Jefferson had his first injury-riddled season,
yeah.
hopefully last, but for wide receivers, you never know.
What was it? Ankle or knee?
Uh, I think it was a bit of both. Like I want to say he even came back and then got hurt again.
Yeah, but it wasn't
I
like
remember.
not a major injury. It wasn't like an ACL
No, it
or
was just something that was lingering. So,
anything. Yeah, just rest him. I mean,
a lot of issues.
last year was kind of a tank year, anyways. No,
Yeah, kind of. Well, I
Luca
mean,
came
it
back.
really became a tank year once Cousins got hurt.
Yeah, you're
As
not
soon
going.
as Cousins got hurt, it was game over because he was having the MVP start to
Yeah,
this
but Joshua Dobb era. Remember that?
for one game. For
No,
one
it
game.
was like two, no? Or two, three.
Well, it was across multiple teams, I thought.
And then also Tommy DeVito,
Oh, I love the dude, Tommy Cutlets, man.
the Italian Mafia.
Love
Whatever
it.
happened to him. He's still on the Giants, right?
He's still in the Giants, but I mean, at
Probably
some
third
point
string.
the rise he had to drop.
Yeah,
It's hard to stay that high for so long. And dude, he is a backup. Like
especially with teams that ass. Sorry, Giants.
well, okay, actually, I didn't even think about this. Let's just talk about this quickly. Darren Waller.
Oh, Darren
Like,
Waller.
oh my
You
goodness.
think
He's gonna
CT?
retire, apparently.
You think
I
it's
don't know if
CT?
it's official yet, but he's gonna retire. This guy went from being it's so weird. He went from this guy that nobody knew about to then going off 1 year with the Raiders and having a phenomenal tight end season. Everyone's like he's kind of like a wide receiver, but he's playing tight end. Like he has
Yeah,
all
with
these
Travis Kelsey kind of.
but better. Like his arms were better. He was faster. This was kind of like the perfect tight end because he was also really
And
strong.
he was like young too. Probably in his mid-20s when he had that
I
season.
think I think he's still like 28, 29, I want to say. But
Yeah, he's like
then after that, it's been injuries and he hasn't really got to the level of play. And then he goes to the Giants
trading.
last year. I remember I even told our friends Nathan, I was like, this is amazing. Like this is what the Giants needed. Daniel Jones, after he came off of a really good year, the Giants made the playoffs. They had to improve, right?
Hmm.
Because you already had the mess with Kenny Galladay, and somehow you still managed to get here. And then they go and they add Darren Waller, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is massive! Like we're gonna be amazing now. Like we finally have a steady target." Once again, same issue, didn't work out. And then now this guy's making rap videos about Kelsey Plum, right? That's her name, Kelsey Plum, I
Yeah,
think.
they divorced.
They divorced, and this dude made a video, a music video, and it's like I didn't like it. I just thought it was kind of cringy, honestly.
No
It's
one
hard
liked
for me
it.
to. I think some people
This
did. I
guy,
saw
think
comments
about
on
it. In one
both.
year, this guy is thinking about retiring. He played with the Giants. He got divorced and made
Yeah,
probably one of the worst athlete sports music videos ever.
yeah. And then I remember I saw comments saying,
Do
"So
you think
the
it's
moral of the
CTE though?
story is don't play for the Giants, right? Because that's what
CTE.
they do, or it's Daniel
It
Jones."
has
But
to be CTE, no?
I mean, it could be. Nobody really knows the science behind what happens to people who get CT because you can't test it,
I
right?
mean,
So
maybe, man.
it might be, but I just
Chandler Jones,
we had
see the
to get on that right
Chandler
now.
Jones videos. I know you do.
Oh my.
Okay, whatever. Oh, okay, sidetrack.
Let's not get on that because
We'll
that's
have
a
a CTE
whole.
podcast.
We could have our own CT podcast like in the future when we have no video ideas. We'll get onto that. But to get back to the wide receiver, so the whole entire point of this was that Jefferson's deal is totally worth it. Um, and he's just even with a what you'd say is an injury riddled season, he still had 1,000 yards, and I think it was 6 touchdowns. I want to say. Right,
Yeah,
so
six,
still a good
seven.
season with nothing at QB. Like it was super unsteady this year.
Hmm.
So you knew that they were going to draft a quarterback. You knew that they were going to figure out some of the stuff. I don't even know who their running back was last year because it was Dalvin Cook left
It
already.
was Madison, no?
Was it? Maybe it was. Yeah, maybe because he's on New Orleans now, I think.
Yeah, it was Madison, I think, last year.
So and he didn't play well. So he was kind of the only bright spot on that team's offense. And then they had Daniel Hunter, who I think he left now. I don't know where he went, but
Yeah, Daniil Hunter left to Texans, no?
if they did, that's a huge move.
I think he's on the Texans.
The Texans have done some work then. They've been doing a good job this year then, because that would be massive. I don't know if you can confirm that.
Yeah, 2-year, 49 million deal with the hometown Texans. He's
Yeah,
from Texas.
that's massive. Okay. So Texans are, and that's huge for D'Amico Ryan, defensive-minded coach.
For
He
sure.
adds kind of a peace of mind there on the defensive line.
Then you bolster that Houston defense.
My mum would have 4 or 5 old ladies sat under the big
What are you-
bedroom rails, and then I
Oh, it was it's the Beckham documentary. I was so good. You heard that? I didn't know you could he does this. It was in the background. I clicked it because I got off and I guess it loaded.
I
And then
just heard
David
it's some
Beckham was just
old
talking
dude
about
talking.
he's talking
Oh
about
my
grandma. Grandma's
Sorry, bro. You gotta leave that in. You gotta leave that in. That's staying in for sure. Um. Anyways, I'm gonna. All right. So another deal that happened this year was Nico Collins on the Texans. So we'll continue
wide
with the
receiver
Texans. He
three.
signed a 3-year, $72.5 million extension, 52 million fully guaranteed, and 24 million AAV. So just remember, Jefferson's on seven, or no, sorry, 35 million AAV. Collins gets 24 million AAV.
That's a lot though.
It's a lot. In the first 2 years, he was in the NFL, not productive. Like he didn't really get anything
Well, he
going.
did have a quarterback.
No, but that's the thing. He didn't have a quarterback. He didn't have D'Amico Ryan was not there, so the coaching was totally off balance too. I don't even remember who the quarterback was. Mills, I think was
Yeah,
the QB at that time, and someone
Mills.
else as well. Like
It
it
was
was,
definitely
they were
Mills. And
teetering
this was
between.
after the Watson era.
Yeah, Davis Mills. So they were teetering between QBs. It like nothing was really working there. Um, but then after that, his first year with D'Amico Ryan, he has CJ Stroud. and then he goes for 1,300 yards and 8 touchdowns.
And he
And
stepped
he
on
was a
his wide
really good
receiver.
spot for where Tank Dell got hurt.
Yeah. He
So he
stepped into
built
that
so
wide receiver role.
kind of
One.
buffed his stats up a little bit, but he also showed that he can be dependable in those
Yeah.
moments. Like he was still gonna have 1,000 yard season, but now he just got a little bit more, a few more receptions, basically, a few more targets. I think that the deal is actually pretty good. It's a lot because when Tank Dell is back, his production is going to drop a little bit. Like
Mhm.
you can tell that Stroud likes
But
playing
it's
the
like
long
injury.
ball.
It's like injury protection too, as well.
Yeah, because he's going to be steady. So
It's,
I think it's a good deal, 24 million, just because of the way the market is now. He's 11 million off of the highest paid. That's a lot. He's 11 million off for a number one receiver. He is the number one. So I don't know. I think it's only a 3 year extension. It's not like they signed him for 5 years.
I mean, he's still young, and I guess the Texans are doing what team is the one that did that? Remember they're doing what the Chargers did with Herbert's rookie deal.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
CJ's on that rookie deal, obviously, and you saw how much of a splash the Texans made. They signed Daniil Hunter, Nico Collins. Who else they signed this? They signed a few more.
They traded for Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, I forgot.
Tank Dell is back. I want to say they got another wide receiver too, but I'm forgetting who right now.
Oh, negative ball knowledge, guys. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Okay,
I got no idea. I wasn't expecting this kind of question from you, honestly. Um, anyways, right now they're taking advantage of the fact that CJ Stroud is playing so good that they have the luxury of right now knowing that if it's 2 or 3 years left on the CJ Stroud deal, we
Mhm.
have a 3 year window to just splash the cash, go get as much production as possible,
Yeah, as much help.
and go try and win a Super Bowl. Because if this is how he played in his rookie season, he's
Imagine
gonna
him next
his
year, and the year
expectation
after
is that he's
that.
gonna be an MVP next year,
Mhm.
right? And he's gonna want a ton of money once these 4 years are done. So they need to get him the help now.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to work the trade deadline like crazy to get rentals and stuff like that. But the Texans have a lot of hype right now, deservedly so. But like you said, it's a little bit of money, but the 3 years, I don't think it matters that much because the only contract that they really worry about is the quarterback. And CJ Stroud he'll be up, I think, 1 year before this deal is done, if I'm
Yeah,
thinking of
like 2
right.
years, 2 years.
Yeah. So it's not I don't think it's anything crazy. 24 million is also not crazy. It would have been no, they gave him 28 million, 29, then we can talk about being overpaid a little bit, but 72 and a half is not too bad. I would say the first one here that I'm looking at that could be slightly everyone's thinking right now, but statistically maybe not, is Jalen Waddle. He's 25 as well.
He's gonna get paid.
No, he did. He did get paid. He signed a 3 year, $84.75 million contract extension, 76 million practically guaranteed, which just
Oh
means
my
that I think he
goodness.
has to meet the years of the contract just to play it and he'll get all the money. Um, and that's 28 million AAV. At first, also, everyone was kind of saying like this is a huge overpay.
It's not bad. He's
It's
young.
not bad because Tyreek Hill's getting older, and I don't know how long he's gonna stay in Miami. Like I don't know what
Yeah.
his
Didn't
plans
he
are.
say he was retiring after like 2 more years or a year?
Maybe
But
but
he
he's
already got
also
his ring.
he's
He already
up in
won.
the air, right? He's already sort of done everything that he wants to do. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually wanted to pursue like running as a career too. Like I don't know if he wants
Mhm.
to be in the Olympics or not. I
I
feel like he
mean,
talked
he's
about it.
he's always doing some side quests. I don't know if you noticed. He's always
Yeah,
like out there
he's
just doing random
he's doing
stuff.
stuff, but like you said, he's made the money now. He's still one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. But Waddle at number two, what they're doing is they're securing a future at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Um, and still, the funny thing is, if we think of Justin Jefferson, Waddle also has yet to have a season under 1,000 yards, and he had 1,000 in year one and around 1,000 in year three as well. So last year, but his best season came year two with 1,350. Um,
Mhm.
it's the year three at 1,000 that kind of bugs everyone, but I'm pretty sure he was hurt this year too.
He
So
was. I think he missed a few games this year.
he did, and then it kind of threw everything off. But I actually didn't know that he had 1,000. I thought he was at like 870 or something.
No, Tua
Nice.
throws that thing.
That's what I mean. So I don't think that this is that bad of a deal. People were saying that it's an overpay and stuff, but
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I don't think it's a bad deal. I think obviously people are like, well, he's had some injury concerns before. I think his rookie
Yeah.
season too. But let's see, because the first year after you sign the extension is kind of the tough, right? Like he needs to have improvement now. Like if
Yeah.
1350 in year 2, he's gotta get close to that again. Because I think now it's kind of the basis for these deals is that you need to be hitting 1200 yards a season with the extra game. You need to
Yeah.
be hitting close to 1200 a season because that's Jefferson had 1800 in year 3.
Yeah.
That's insane. And we're gonna get to CD Lamb too, had a monster season.
I
So
mean,
the least that Waddle can do to be 7 million under what Jefferson is he needs to be getting to around 1250 to 1300 yards
I
a
think
season.
he can. If he stays healthy, definitely can because
Like, because
Miami's
Tua
such a
throws the ball so
yeah.
much. That's the game plan of McDaniel is to throw it. I know Tyreek Hill gets a lot of those targets, but
Both of
Tua
them.
does like Waddle as a target because Tua also was with him in college. Right.
Yeah.
So you have
That
that
Bama, yeah,
connection.
yeah. That Bama,
So
I'm telling you, Bama receivers are consistent. And Ohio State too. They produce the best wide receivers. You got CD. No, CD didn't go to Ohio State.
no, he went
No,
to Oklahoma.
no, you got JSN, Olave, like all these guys. You got Henry Ruggs before, from room.
Well, and now Marvin Harrison is in the
Oh,
league.
Marvin Harrison Jr., you got Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, all these guys, the wide receiver school.
Well, Devontae Smith was also Alabama.
Yeah, yeah. I'm saying Bama
Oh, okay, yeah.
and what's other
But
place?
well, we also talk about Marvin Harrison because there was some weird stuff around his contract because he
Bama
just signed
31?
4 years, 35 million. I think
Yeah,
that they
they agreed.
like guaranteed, but he's got a weird like jersey thing going on right now. Like he didn't agree to the deal with Fanatics, so now they're suing him or
Probably.
taking it legally because he agreed verbally to sign the deal, and
Yeah.
now he's saying that he wants more money. Like he probably wants a higher percentage of the jersey sales. So
Okay.
right now,
Okay.
to my knowledge, right now, the Arizona Cardinals are not allowed to sell his jersey, so nobody can buy it.
I mean, I would say like if it was anybody else, I would say, okay, whether you're doing take the money. But I feel like
His name's
since
big enough, you think?
yeah, and his dad has played in the NFL, so he knows. I feel
I
like he
know.
knows his
Yeah,
son's worth. So maybe he's giving him advice and telling him,
maybe.
like chill out, wait a bit. They'll give in, they'll give you more money.
Well, they
So
haven't
give
yet.
some
To
advice
my
that is,
knowledge, they haven't yet. They haven't agreed to anything
I
because now
mean,
they're going to take him to court, I think, or take him to something.
but it's not between Arizona and
No, it's
Marvin.
between Marvin Harrison and Fanatics.
What
He's
is
not signing the deal. They're the Jersey people.
well, that's so annoying. Okay, whatever. I mean,
Anyways, that's the only controversy around that. He already signed his rookie deal, so he's playing for
he's
Arizona.
playing, but his jersey is just not up for sale, I guess.
So the next deal I want to look at, because let's just go through all these wide receiver contracts. Like this has been a huge wide receiver season. So the last one that we're going to look at that's been signed
CD?
and done is Amon-Ra St. Brown. We talked a little bit about it earlier.
CD
4
didn't sign
years.
yet?
No, we're gonna get to that.
Oh, okay.
So Amon-Ra St. Brown signed 4 years, 120 million.
So
His
30.
contract is 77 million guaranteed. Yep, 30 million a year AAV.
That's solid.
Um,
That's a
it
good
is solid. And when you look at the stats, the most
yeah,
important thing that you see
1400.
is
Yeah.
he had almost 1500 last
Yeah,
season,
yeah.
or he did have 1500. But the one thing that I think that teams really want to see, and it's kind of in life too, like what everyone looks for is steady progression.
Yeah.
And all you saw from him was
Progression.
progression. His first year he had under 1,000, second year over 1,000, year three 1,100, and then year four now 1,500. Right? Like you're seeing that, and as they added in a top quarter, or
Jared
at the
Goff.
time Goff wasn't considered a top quarterback, but the connection was really there.
He's top 10, I'd say.
Now I think he is. At that time he probably wasn't, but now he's starting to put himself
And the coaching as
up.
well, because Dan Campbell
Yeah,
came in.
exactly. Everything's kind of going smoothly. So yeah, because
And Ben Johnson, great offensive coordinator.
Last year he had 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns, and the year prior he had 1,106 touchdowns. Both were Pro Bowl seasons, and last year he was a first-team All-Pro. So that's huge, right? The progression from being a rookie and having close to 1,000 yards as a rookie is awesome, right? So you know he's already good, and then to see him top it every single year, kind of like how Justin Jefferson was, just like how CeeDee Lamb is. Jamar Chase not so much, but it's because of quarterback inconsistency. That's what makes you want to give him the deal because you think now that he's hit the 1,500 yard mark and he's kind of like he's truly broken through now. Like this is like if he has a bad season, it's probably because he's hurt or because the quarterback sucks. Like it's going to be one of the
Yeah.
other. It's not going to be his fault.
Mhm.
So 4 years, 120 million, 30 million guaranteed. Sorry, 30 million a year with 77 million guaranteed, and 5 million a year under Jefferson.
I'd take that.
It's a good deal. It's a
And
good deal.
he's what, 25, 26?
I believe he's 25 as well.
He's in
Almost all
his
these
he's
guys are
entering his
25.
prime, or he's in his prime.
He's right around there. Like he's gonna be in his prime now for the next 3 to 4 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, it's
And
a
they
good
know that
contract.
they've got Goff right. They locked up Goff. They gave Goff a huge deal as well. He's
And
making like
Penei
25.
Sewell as well.
Exactly. So there are three kind of cornerstones of the offense.
Mm.
Goff's a bit older, but you know he's going to be steady like he is what he is now.
Yeah.
Amon St. Brown, you also know what he's going to be at wide receiver. And then you got your
Penei Sewell, your tackle.
offensive lineman of the future. Now the money that they spend has to be depth money. They need to get some decent receivers. They need to continue to add to the offensive line like constantly. Just keep on getting backups. Tight end, they've got
Laporta.
Laporta. That's right. So they've already got a steady tight end. They've got a
They've
great
got both
coach.
running backs.
Yep. And then and Jameer Gibbs was awesome last season.
Yeah,
when they-
Jameer Gibbs
yeah.
and who's the
And
other one?
Montgomery's been so
Montgomery.
consistent. So they're solid there. And then on defense, I mean, that's where the main problems are. Like they really got to work on that. But it's still like for the team that they had last season and to go win around in the playoffs and to continue, it's a good squad. It's a good team. And this is a good deal for sure. I definitely approve that. And it's good to know that your quarterback and receiver are confirmed and they have a connection together. So it's massive. Now we go on to like the guessing game, I guess you can say, right? So first we're gonna start with Jamar Chase. He's not up for a deal yet. He still has 2 years left, but all these wide receiver contracts are gonna affect him now. Because Jamar Chase, he's 24 right now, so he's a year younger than all of them. 2 years left on his contract. And by next season, if he doesn't have a deal, the concern is obviously that he won't play the year after until he does get a deal. And he's relevant right now because all these deals are kind of around. When you look at his stats in all 3 of his seasons, he's also not had a year under 1,000 yards. His best year, though, was his rookie season with 1,400, which is kind of annoying because you know that he's just as
He has
good.
the potential to
But
be even.
last year, Joe Burrow not playing pretty much
Yeah.
our year is really what ended him, right?
Who's the backup for them? I forgot. He played decent, like maybe 2-3 games. Jake
Browning.
Browning. Yeah.
He
Jake
played a
Browning
bunch.
versus Joshua Dobbs. Remember that game?
Yeah, but that's. But I mean, actually, Browning I think gave targets to Chase more than Burrow did.
He was
I couldn't say
chucking it.
most of the season. I don't think Burrow was that much
He
of the
threw
season.
that thing. They said F it. Jamar Chase somewhere down there. Just throw the ball.
Exactly. But so Chase, it's been quarterback inconsistency with Burrow's injury struggles, while also I think just not getting targets. Sometimes like
Yeah.
he's just not getting open. He's always against the number one, and that's his own challenge, right? He's got to be able
I
to
mean,
get
he
open.
complained about that in the interview, no? Said, "Oh, why didn't we win? Because I'm open, or like I'm
Yeah,
always
yeah. And early
throw
in
my
the
way."
season he did because he wasn't getting targets. Kind of like a Stephon Diggs situation.
Yeah, man, Stephon
The-
Diggs is the diva though.
Diggs is who went to the Texans. That's the other wide receiver I was trying to think of.
Oh, you forgot.
Diggs, I
Already?
forgot that Diggs went to the Texans.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I always pictured him in Buffalo with Josh Allen.
Yeah, honestly, those years, I don't know, just seemed the best for him, even besides Minnesota. But anyways, Chase, he's been, I think, 1,400, 1,200 last season. I want to say it was around 1,000 in that middle year. So he's still phenomenal. Let's
Yeah.
not get that twisted. But next year, I think will really dictate if he's going to be up there with Jefferson and potentially CeeDee Lamb, because he needs to be back in the 1,400 range. Like that's the expectation. If they're going to trade T. Higgins, which we're also going to talk about, he has to be in the 14 to 1,500 range at least, assuming no injuries, right? Because if it goes right for him, he's going to be the highest paid. Like
I
without
think he's gonna get around 36, 37 a year.
if he hits 1,600 yards next year, he's going to get
Close to
depends on what
40.
CD. So whatever CD signs, he's going to get $1 million more.
I think it depends on Chase, no? I mean Jefferson, since Jefferson got 35.
Well, Justin got 35. Lamb has to sign a deal this offseason. So
Mm.
let's say Lamb
Cowboys,
signs.
they pay their guys though. Cowboys pay their guys. Do you
Yeah,
remember Zeke? How much he got?
you got 12 and a half at that time was the highest paid, I
Yeah,
believe.
and then you got Dak, and then you have
Well, Dak's
Micah,
got to get paid again, and they're gonna pay him. So,
Micah too.
yep. No. He's willing to splash the cash too. So,
Yeah, on his own players. He doesn't want to
so
sign
so
him
let's think about it. Let's say CD gets. I don't think you
36,
give him
37.
2 million more though. It's a lot now that they're kind of way above where everyone else is because it's 5 million to number two right now, I believe.
Yeah.
So would they really put CD another
Uh,
2 million up of Jefferson?
eh,
Probably not. I think 36 is the max. I think
they're a
30.
big market though. They got money.
I, maybe they give him 36 with more years,
Yeah, or
like
maybe
extra year of that.
maybe
Plus, maybe they
30.
make the deal fully guaranteed. Like that, they have to find a way to put it over the top without going crazy because they still have to pay
Yeah,
that. Right? Because
yeah,
they can't get the wide receivers right now into the 40 millions while the quarterbacks are still in the 50s. It's too
yeah.
close. Because that's crazy. Like CD, he's really good, but I don't think any of the wide receivers are, like gonna win you a Super Bowl. I think that they're part of it.
Quarterback, you know. They're the one throwing them the ball.
Exactly. So, and you saw Tom Brady, like this guy won Super Bowls without 1,000 yard receivers.
Yeah. Like I
So,
don't know why more people aren't doing the Tom Brady route. Like you saw Mahomes even did.
well, let's see what the Chargers are doing because they're kind of in that spot now. They got rid of both their top two guys. They've got a star quarterback. I don't even
New
know who their
coach.
running back is. I forgot who their running back is, but they're they're gonna have to go run heavy and hope that the guys that they have are just gonna be able to catch the ball, and they're just gonna hope that it works. Like they're kind of going that route right now. But anyways, Jamar Chase, depending on the year next year, is gonna depend on if he becomes highest
Oh,
paid or not.
Gus Edwards.
Gus Edwards, he's not bad. He's not bad. Not
Is
a
he the one?
starting running back, but
And he's
he's a
injury
number
prone
two at
too,
best.
no?
Huh?
Isn't he injury prone?
A little bit, but he was always filling in for Dobbins, so
Because
I don't think
Dobbins is always injured.
the Dobbins is injury prone. But anyways, Chase, no matter what, he's going to be close as long as
Mm.
he has a similar season to this year. But
Or maybe they'll even get the same deal. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, they're friends.
well, if he goes off and has like 1,800 yards next year, he's going to be higher paid.
It depends on Burrow. If Burrow can stay healthy, we know Jamar Chase is like that.
Yeah.
But you know, since Burrow's always hurt and stuff,
Well, let's see now. I
that
think
damn O line, man. These
yeah.
that people they neglect O line and they finally realize after Andrew
Once
Luck.
they get their quarterback, they're like, I wish that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had
And then you
line.
saw the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They lost because of their O line, and then I think Burrow got hurt like second, third year because of his O line. Was it the first year?
First year, he tore his
His
ACL.
rookie year. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Just because you guys can't
we know
protect.
the Andrew Luck story, right? They finally get this guy the O line.
Yeah,
He's been beaten up for years, and then now he's like, I can't play anymore. Like my body's finished.
yeah, but
Like, I just can't do it.
I don't know. They got AR now, so hopefully it's
That's
better.
gonna be fun. We're gonna do an episode where we kind of break down. Like we'll do like a couple of divisions an episode.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll put out a couple of episodes because we're gonna break down, especially like some of these younger guys.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
Because Anthony Richardson
Summer.
is a guy I'm expecting is gonna
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gonna have like a CJ Stroud type of year, I think.
Later
But
in summer because
yeah,
NBA
we got
finals will be
time.
done.
We
Play
got
hockey
time
will
right
be
now.
done.
We got
Everything.
time. So we'll get to that. So now let's actually properly move on to CD Lamb. And so he's got 1 year left. He's 25 right now. There, in my opinion, there is no way he plays without signing a contract. Like I don't think he's gonna risk it.
For sure.
He also doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's gonna play without a contract.
Hmm.
Or sorry,
He's
without an
smart enough. His
extension.
agents are probably telling him to just like, yo, sit out,
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
for money.
I'm pretty sure that Jerry's expecting it.
Hmm.
Like that, like Jerry knows. But out of his 4 seasons in the NFL, um, only his first one is without 1,000 yards, and that's because when he was drafted, he was
Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup.
he's like Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. So he was the third string. I remember when he was drafted, we
Yeah.
kept on saying like, why would they take a wide receiver? Like they didn't need it at the time.
Oh, the vision.
And now you look at the
I
draft.
still don't know why they traded Cooper. Imagine you had Cooper and CD.
Yeah, I think that Cooper just
Decided to
didn't
keep
want to be there
Gallup.
anymore. I don't think he wanted to be there anymore. I think he was getting annoyed
Was he
with it
sick
all.
of Jerry?
Jerry, it might have just been the whole entire media there too. I don't know if he loved it. But I mean, he went to the Browns and he played well. But because also don't forget with the Cowboys, he was inconsistent. Like he really
Cooper?
was. Yeah, sometimes he'd go
Yeah.
for like 200 yards and then he'd go for like 25. And it was like, dude, like what's going? And the
I guess
fan,
they might be doubling up on him.
yeah, he was the best receiver by far. But anyways, CD. So in the year where he was a third option, he had like 930 yards, which is
Yeah.
great, right? And then after that, it's just been 1,000-yard seasons. And if we look at that, because last year he was phenomenal.
1,500?
Well, last year he had 1,700.
17. God damn.
So he
Oh,
had
just including playoff stats?
no,
Oh, okay.
just the 16
He had
games.
a lot of touchdowns too.
12. He had 12 touchdowns, I think,
Yeah.
and 135 receptions, which led the league. So
We know Dak is
huge-
targeting this guy. But
Yeah,
Dak likes to
exactly.
throw.
But it's not even just that. CD can also make all the catches. He has the
Yeah.
hands for it. He has the route running for it. In my opinion, I think he's better than Justin Jefferson. I think he's
Ooh.
the best wide receiver in the NFL right now.
Ooh.
I think so. I think he's the best wide
That's
receiver
a
in the
hot
NFL.
take, bro.
I don't think it's hot. I think he's the best wide receiver in the
I
NFL.
mean, okay, let's wait. Wait for this year because Jefferson's gonna come back from injury, so we'll see.
Exactly. Let's see. Now that they're both
But he has
they're
a
both going to get the extension. They're both going to get the
yeah.
extension. So unless because if CD doesn't sign right now, then they won't be playing against each other. But hopefully he gets the deal. We said 36, 37. I really think it's going to be like 30. It's going to be like 36, and he's just going to get more guaranteed money than Jefferson did, I think. Is what
Mhm.
Jerry's gonna play around with it. Like he's gonna find a way to loophole it and get him more money or whatever. Like find a way to convince him
Yeah.
to sign a deal that's not outlandish because they can't afford it. Um, because now that Jefferson's reset this whole market, it's crazy. If Jefferson signed like 32 million a year, then I would say okay, maybe 34 makes
Yeah.
sense. But he signed 35, and to me 37 just doesn't make sense. It just seems too
Yeah.
high. Right? It seems like a lot. Now, if you got 37, I would still say it's probably worth it. And because of the contracts now, if you told me 2 years ago that the wide receivers were making 37 million, I would say that's insane because they can't win you games, like a lot of games. But he's going to be looking to be highest paid. I don't think he's going to be highest paid by 500K. It's probably going to be by at least 1 million.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's going to be something weird like 36.25 or something like that. And it's
Yeah.
going to be almost fully guaranteed, I bet, on a 4-year deal as well. I don't think they're getting more years. And he'll probably get like most of it will just come in the signing bonus. He'll get a big
I
signing
agree.
bonus and all that. He'll get it all early, and that'll be enough. Because I don't think he wants to leave the Cowboys. Like I
No
think
way.
he likes it there.
Big market,
That's the thing. Everybody sees
quarterback,
him, so he knows it. Everybody's
target.
watching him. So because he went from Oklahoma, big school, to Dallas Cowboys,
Oh, I
big
stayed home too,
franchise.
Texas.
Hmm?
Stayed home in Texas.
Yep.
He's from
And
Texas, I think, right? He looks like he's from Texas. He looks like a Texas guy.
I don't know. You're assuming stuff now.
No. Like,
What
no,
does the
no,
Texas
no.
guy look like? I
Like
got
his
no
name, like CD. You telling me?
PD. Why don't you search that after
All
this?
right, let's see. I'll search it up right now. Where he's from?
He looks like a Texas
Oh, he's from Louisiana. Close enough.
guy.
Close
Stay
enough.
home.
Close enough.
Close enough. Isn't that like New Orleans? Louisiana?
Close enough.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
they're close. No, I don't know. We're Canadian
I
guys.
don't know. We're Canadian. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
the
don't know.
United States map. I
You
know
guys
where
have
New
too many
York is.
states.
That's it.
I don't know. Why do you guys have
Um,
52 states? Or is it
They have
51?
50. 50.
Oh, it's 53 or 54?
It's 50. They have 50.
Really? It's 50 on the dot.
It's 50.
Oh,
It's 50.
okay. It's 50 stars. Okay. No, that's sorry. Let me search this
Oh
up.
my God.
Are
50.
you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
It is
Switch
50.
it up.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
right, guys.
Yeah, it's
50.
50. I know a little bit. If you ever watched Friends, then you'd know that.
I don't watch
Uh,
Friends. You just watch
anyway.
Friends for half of you people. You guys watch Friends just for Jennifer Aniston.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
Man, she old now. She wrinkly.
She was young in the show, though.
Okay, whatever. We're getting sidetracked. Okay. We know you like your white woman, Imran. So white woman,
All
single
right,
white woman, I'll let this guy.
relax. Okay, relax,
Oh,
relax.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, be a nice
All right.
Muslim.
All right. And we're gonna go to our final. Jeez. We're gonna go to our final topic with the NFL, and that's gonna be T. Higgins. This guy,
Mm.
franchise tagged, no
Doesn't
deal
like
in
it. He
sight.
doesn't want to play on it.
He doesn't want to play for Cincinnati anymore
Deserved.
either. He deserves money. He definitely does. I
Yeah.
don't think he deserves like to be paid anywhere near Jefferson, but
Yeah.
he
Would
does
you say
deserve
Nico
money.
Collins level money?
I think he should be close to Amon-Ra.
So it
Amon-Ra at
should be
30
like
a year.
28.
I think we're kind of where Waddle is, 28, 29. Because he wasn't like he's made some incredible catches.
Yeah.
I don't view him right now based on his play as like,
He's not like consistent,
Jefferson level, right?
but maybe he
Exactly. He's
needs
not
like
super
a
consistent,
different
but
place.
he does have all of the attributes to be one.
Yeah, and he's young.
He's a huge wide receiver and he has the hands. Route running is all right, but he's also just an intimidating receiver to be against. So
Yeah, what is he, 6'4", 6'5"?
I think he's 6'4". So
He's a
he's a
big
big
boy.
receiver, right?
Not as
He's
big as
quick.
my boy
He's quick
DK.
too. But when we look at kind of I actually looked at some I think I picked 4 trade spots I think he could go to. So the first one is the Jets. I think he could go to the Jets. Reason for that is I know that they just got Mike Williams, but Williams' injury history is
Injury
on
prone.
another level, and he's only on a 1-year deal, so they have
Yeah.
no guilt in
I mean, do they
signing
have the
him just to
money?
1 year at 15 million and then just cutting him loose. Like they have no guilt with that
Yeah,
because
but do they have the money though?
I think that they do. Why
That's
not?
new. I feel like they just
Gary
put money.
Wilson doesn't have a deal yet, I don't think. He's still
No.
on a rookie
Yeah,
contract.
yeah. Oh my!
So,
Imagine a wide receiver trio for Rodgers of
yo,
Garrett
what are you
Wilson.
doing, bro?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean
Watch
to
the
flip you guys
fingers,
off.
bro.
Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, healthy, and T.
T.
Higgins
Higgins.
with
That'd be
Brees
crazy.
Hall.
Well, and I think they have Michael Carter as well at running back too. So they got 2 of
And
them.
yeah, Michael Carter the third. Shit.
But for Rodgers, that's crazy. You get him because Garrett Wilson is just an awesome receiver. He's not the
Yeah.
biggest guy, but his route running is amazing. His hands are amazing, and you can tell that Rodgers loves him.
And he's young too, so he's probably
Yeah,
improving.
he's very young, right? But you can tell that Rodgers is almost playing kind of like this father role with
Yeah.
him. Like he's teaching him everything. He wants to play with him. Like he's almost
Yeah.
making him feel young again, right?
When he got hurt, he was like, "Oh, sorry, kid."
Exactly, right? Like it's an awesome connection that they're making, and on the field, that's what's going to stand out. And then they add Mike Williams, who's also 6'4", I believe, 6'4", 6'5",
He's
big,
6'4".
fast wide receiver. Injuries are obviously a concern, but
And not fast. I don't know if he's fast.
I mean,
He's just,
last year, 2 years ago, he was pretty quick for the Chargers.
I think, like
Forget about
lower.
fast, whatever it is, he can make the catches. You can throw him a
Yeah.
50-50
He's
ball.
a
And he has a
deep.
good
He's a
chance.
red zone threat. He's a deep zone target.
Exactly. He can run. He can run it all. He can do it all. It's just the injuries that scare you. But with the 1-year deal, it's
Yeah.
not as much of a problem. Like the Jets have him as a rental because
Yeah.
Mike Williams is on a prove it deal. He wants to show everyone that he's still got it. And the Jets, they want production.
Yeah.
And adding T. Higgins adds basically 2 of Mike Williams, but T. Higgins is 25 and arguably better and less injury prone. So that would be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a good deal. Right? If the Jets can make it work, because that's I don't know, trades at this point in time, like they don't have to give up anything to get anybody these days, it feels like, right? It's just
Yeah.
picks. But anyways, Jets, I don't want to get I got to relax. And remember, he's still only 25. Next is Patriots. They have no wide receivers.
Hell nah.
They have no wide receivers. They have
Oh
no
wait,
receivers.
I forgot they drafted Drake May. I
They
was
took
like,
Drake May. Drake
he's
May is going to
play?
need a receiver. Because I understand what we said about the Tom Brady thing. Kendrick Bourne cannot be the number 1 man.
The
Can't
hell
be.
no.
They don't have Juju anymore. They have nothing left.
Oh,
I don't
N'Keal
even know-
Harry.
No, and N'Keal Harry is changing to a tight end, I think.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right? And that's basically like
That's how you know you're.
that's your career is pretty much
Yeah.
the dumps. But the Patriots have nobody. So what are they gonna do? They gotta go get T. Higgins. Right?
But does T. Higgins want money? Or does
Yeah.
T. Higgins want a good quarterback and want to win?
I think he wants both.
You can't get both if you Drake May.
But Drake May just got drafted. Why not
Yeah,
take
but
the
like
risk? The worst thing that can happen is that he has 1,500 yards on a bad team. Drake May's only going to
Actually,
throw him the ball. Who's he
he'd
going to
get
throw the ball
paid.
to?
He'd get paid, so
Dude,
yeah,
the
that's a good
Patriots, I
point,
guarantee the Patriots would be willing to overpay him too.
I
I guarantee
guess.
it. They'll probably pay.
Yeah,
I bet that they could give him more than Amon-Ra because they'll do
yeah.
it for the extent of Drake May's deal. I could see it, and that
Mm,
gives Drake May at least one stable target because
I
sometimes that's all you
guess.
need.
It's a new coach too, so you know how Bill is a little cheap.
Well, he's gone now, so they've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
Rod
Who's it?
Mayo.
Jared Mayo? No?
Yeah, they got him now. I think he's trying to make a whole new type of thing. And even if Jacoby Brissett starts at the beginning of the season, T. Higgins is an even better target for him because
Yeah.
he's an experienced quarterback. So I think it's a good move.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think it makes a lot of sense. That's actually I don't know. I like all these spots that I picked.
I like the Jets so far the most though.
So there's Jets, there's Patriots. Next one, Jaguars. This one kind of makes sense
Oh,
because
I've heard of this for a while now.
all right. So here's the three reasons. One, they lost Ridley in free agency. This guy's on the
Yeah.
Titans now. So he's gone. He signed a big deal, 4 years, 92 million. He's out of here. And to be honest with you, he wasn't worth paying that much to keep. So they're easy to let him go. And then they've got Christian Kirk, who's kind of overpaid, but
Kind of.
he is overpaid. Sorry, let's rephrase that. He is overpaid. But for parts of his deal, he's actually lived up to it.
It's not bad, but like,
His first year with the Jags was a good one.
yeah.
It was a good one. He played way better than people expected, considering how he was on Arizona before. But he's steady. The only thing was that he's short.
But he's not a number one, you know.
He's not a number one, and he got number one money at the time.
Like a
and
number two, maybe number three.
I think on a bad team he's an easy number two, and on a good team he's a debatable two, easily number three.
Yeah, for sure.
But easy slot guy. But this makes sense because now you're going to add to that. So now you have Kirk, who's a smaller slot receiver, but can kind of play everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you add in T. Higgins, who's a complete
Big
opposite.
target.
He's a big target, can run the out routes and can run the deep routes. And he's
Yep.
quick.
Red zone threat.
Exactly. And then what you add on to that is the Trevor Lawrence connection,
Yeah.
which
Oh
is
yeah, I forgot they played together at Clemson.
at
No?
Clemson, and they were awesome together. Or they didn't win a national championship together, but they were awesome together.
Yeah. And I think
And-
Trevor Lawrence hasn't had that number one clear.
He
receiver.
hasn't had that number
That's
one.
the best thing you can do for your rookie quarterback.
Exactly. Lawrence is looking to make the step, right? Where you keep on talking about guys making the step. Lawrence is now looking to break out. He's here.
Yeah, everyone says Lawrence has so much potential and upside, but it's just because with the Jaguars that it's so
Well, and
frustrating.
what also stunted him was
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer, right? It wasn't the right fit. It was not right at all.
But he has Doug Peterson now. Doug Peterson's a good coach.
They've got Peterson, really good, really experienced because Lawrence came in here. This was the expectation.
Yeah.
He dropped down to here, and then he made it all the way back up here, but now he needs to get here because he wants to be one of the best in the NFL, right?
Yeah. We saw what he did
There's
in
no
college.
reason why he can't be like what Jared Goff is right now. There's no
Or
reason.
even Joe Burrow, I think.
But that's what I mean. He can be a top receiver, not receiver, quarterback.
Yeah.
You watch him when he's running with the football. You see him with most of his throws. He's accurate. He's good. He's got the confidence.
That O-line.
Yeah, he's got to move around a lot. But adding T. Higgins to that, I think, adds so much stability to his game.
Yeah.
And it adds kind of the sense of comfort because when you have the connection once, I feel like you have it forever. Like you don't really lose it. So I think that they would just know right away and they would have their own.
None. They haven't paid him either. Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't paid him either yet. And I think that Higgins.
Are they paying him soon though?
Within the next 2 years, probably.
Yeah. So I'd say get him the wide receiver before you pay your quarterback, so you know what you have.
And we know that Higgins is going to be around the 29, and Christian Kirk's deal is going to be up if it's
in a year.
I think it's up after this season. After this season, I think it's up.
And they have money. I'm pretty sure the Jags actually have a lot of cap.
They do because they haven't paid the quarterback. They kind of have open positions everywhere.
They don't have
they've kind of just been banking on a lot of 1-year deals, I think.
Yeah.
And a lot of old contracts from before, but that one I think is actually my favorite one out of.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Lawrence and Higgins being together again. I think it'd be a good fit. And the last one is kind of what we touched on, which was Chargers. We said they're kind of going the Tom Brady route, but they don't have they've got like Josh Palmer as their number one wide receiver next year. He's not bad.
Didn't they draft? No, they have Josh Palmer, Quentin Johnston, and
don't get me started on Johnston, man. Like,
I think
I gotta see it. I gotta see what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Last season he had the opportunity to show off what he could do. Like
because Mike Williams got injured.
and he didn't do it. So
Yeah. That
let's
drop.
see. I
Still.
wouldn't, but listen, from year one to year two, there's always a lot of progression if you are going to be a top receiver.
Yeah,
So
and they have a
you
new
have to cut
coach.
him some slack, but
New coach. Because
that's
last year
right.
they got
Harbaugh.
who they have last year? He was terrible.
Oh,
Brandon. Was it
Staley.
Brandon?
Staley.
Brandon
Yeah,
Staley.
Brandon Staley.
Everyone hated this guy. No
Yeah,
one
because
hated this
the thing
guy.
is, he's a defensive-minded head coach, but he was just
Yeah.
being too aggressive, I think. A lot of fourth down calls and just not the right outlook for the team. I think Harbaugh is phenomenal. This guy is one of the best winning percentages in NFL history, right? So now they add in a winning head coach. No Super Bowls, but he is a winner in the regular season at least. And right now, that's all the Chargers need. They just need to get into playoff position.
I mean, he made a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did make a Super Bowl. But all I'm saying is that he's going to add a ton of stability, and he'll be happy because he's got Herbert at quarterback.
Yeah.
So this is massive for him. Then I would say getting Higgins would be huge because Herbert loved to give the ball to Williams, but Williams was out a lot of the time. Because remember that one season when Williams played the whole entire year and then he cashed out inside like 28 million a year.
Yeah, he had like
He signed a huge
over
contract. And then a
1,000
year
double
later, because of the injuries, they cut him.
touchdowns. Yeah.
Right? So
I mean, just
now
had to
they
be
add
done.
T. Higgins, who's younger and less injury prone, but the same build, same type of play style, maybe arguably even better hands to your quarterback who loves to throw the deep ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's always airing it out. I think you can't really say perfect fit, but I think it'd be a really good one. I would say out of the four, that's probably my least favorite one. They're all good options for him because they're all gonna get him playtime.
Yeah.
The Jets one gets him probably the least amount if everyone's healthy,
But it has the best
but it's
team.
the best situation
Yeah.
because the Jets are fully expected to
The
be
best quarterback, the best team,
exactly.
arguably the best coach.
Patriots would be a team that you're accepting losing for 2 years.
Yeah.
You're
But you're
accepting
okay with
it.
it because you're getting
You're
paid.
gonna help Drake May. You're gonna develop with him and become his number one. Then there's the Jaguars, which is you're going to go back to that old connection with an old college teammate where you guys were phenomenal together, and you're hoping that you're going to make that push in the playoffs. And then there's the Chargers, that's kind of the question mark. We have no idea where they are,
I feel like it'd be I mean, they have the quarterback and they have the coach. That's it.
but
And
everywhere
it's
else. I
LA.
mean, they have the offensive line too. I like the
But it's
offensive
LA
line.
too. Hell yeah, O-line. And it's the nicest spot, LA.
Yeah, the nicest stadium, nice area. I don't know. I think all of them are good
But the
options.
tax.
I'm
the
actually
tax.
I do have to say I'm confused as to why he hasn't been moved yet.
I think they're just really trying to keep him right now.
I don't
Or
think they are though. I don't think they are.
I
I
think
honestly I
I
don't
think
think
his teammates are trying to talk to him like, yo, come on,
But the
bro.
thing is the Bengals have to think we just paid Joe Burrow like 53 million a year, 54 million a year, something around that.
Yeah.
And we have to pay Jamar Chase at least 34.
And then they lost Mixon.
They had to get rid of him because they can't afford it.
Yeah, and then
They
they had to
can't
pay
afford it.
Jamar. And then they lost a D tackle too.
Hawkinson. No. No, why am I saying Hawkinson? Hendrickson.
Yeah.
I don't think he's on the team. Oh, wait.
He left. I forgot where he went, but a few Bengals fans are bummed out. Wait, didn't he go to the Lions?
Did
The
he?
Lions, no?
Dude, the ball knowledge is bad right now.
Tell me he went to the Lions.
Wait, no,
Okay.
he's still on the Bengals, so it's not him.
No, someone else. DJ Reader left to the Lions. That's who.
Oh yes, that's who left. Okay.
Ball knowledge, guys. Ball knowledge. DJ Reader.
So, anyways, they've got a lot to work on. They have to kind of really spread the money around well, but they're in like a really, really bad spot money wise, and that's why I think they're going to be forced to move Higgins. I don't think that they can keep him. I think that they know that, but I think they want the best return possible. Where like they're not willing to just kind of throw him away. No, they don't want to just get rid of the problem. Like they want to keep him just to move him for more. That's why they franchise tagged him. So because there's no way that they expected him to play under the tag, right? There's no way that they expected that. So
I feel like very few wide receivers play under the tag.
it's only if they're on like a prove it deal. Like if they
Yeah.
didn't have a great season the year before and the team's giving them the benefit of the doubt, they're gonna play.
I mean, he's young too. I feel like he's realizing like, wow, why am I wasting my time here, my years, my prime,
Yeah.
I'm entering my prime here. When
Well,
I can,
and wide receivers, the injury likelihood is too high to risk playing under the tag. Because he
yeah,
could play under the tag and just do incredible.
yeah,
He'll
but
do
there's no,
awful.
yeah,
And then he's got to make a tough call the year after that.
I guess, and there's no guaranteed money too if you're franchise tagged.
Or I guess it's all guaranteed, actually.
Yeah, but like that's tiny. Compared if you sign a multi-year, 4 year,
Yeah, it's
you get
like there's no guarantee for the future, right?
yeah.
So I get why he's doing it. I don't know when he's gonna get his deal, but it's gonna be crazy.
Mhm.
I'll be right back in 1 second.
Okay, guys, we'll okay, commercial break, Zane. Play some elevator music or something. Actually, no. I know what you should play, Zane. Play some Arsenal banter music for that banter club. 0 trophies. 0. What's the point of finishing second if you're just gonna lose every year, you know? Becoming second is worse than third and winning a trophy. Last year we saw Man U, third place, the fourth place. Point is, they got third or fourth, and they got a trophy, Carabao Cup. Now we got an FA Cup this year. United, Manchester is red, London is blue. Actually, it's kind of a lie. Chelsea's kind of in the dumpster fire right now. Maybe Spurs. No. Spurs ain't won nothing. It goes Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham. That's how it is. Chelsea, 2 Champions League. You know how they won 2020 and I think 2012 they won it. And then you got Arsenal, Invincibles. Yeah. That was like 30 years ago, buddy. Or 20 years ago. All right. Take it back to the Stone Age, okay? You guys haven't won nothing. You guys are good, but you guys always talk so much stuff and how you're gonna win it, but you bottle it each year. Maybe next year will be your year. I hope not. I hope it's my team's year, Man U. But we're gonna see. So this guy always says the podcast is gonna last like 40 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes will be fine. 40 minutes. And then he comes out with these trade ideas or trade destinations. And like, damn, it's good content, but like that was a lie. It's already 12:47. Recorded at like what 11:48. It's basically an hour now. This guy lied to me. I'm not gonna get none tonight because my girl's gonna be mad at me because I'm still here.
You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just keeping the audience entertained, you know.
I'm gonna have to review this footage after.
So that's it, guys. Right?
For the NFL. Yeah.
Why do we talk about 40-minute podcasts when it's never 40 minutes, bro?
Yeah,
Can we talk about this tomorrow?
35. Last
Can we
one
do
was
one tomorrow?
no,
Do one early. I can do one early tomorrow.
dude. We have to just talk about the NBA for like 7 minutes.
How about Champions League?
Forget it. Okay, what happened to the Champions League? Real Madrid won. We already knew that. Like it's
Okay, yeah, I told you
they
guys.
got they got Mbappe. Like it's not even fair. It's not even fun.
Okay, fine. We'll talk about the Dallas Mavericks.
It's not even fun. We already knew
OKC Thunder for 7 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay,
Let me
well,
talk
let's
first.
go over this.
All right.
Yeah, go.
So basically, last week we talked about who's gonna win, Dallas, OKC. I think we both said Dallas in 6 or 7.
Okay,
But
what are you talking
no,
about?
we said Dallas would win over OKC
When do they play OKC?
in the finals last week, the Western Conference Finals.
They played OKC?
Oh, shit.
You mean
Sorry,
Denver?
guys. Yeah, sorry. Timberwolves. Did you just say
Timberwolves,
Denver?
yeah. That's right. I don't know why I said Denver. Timberwolves.
Yeah, Timberwolves. We said 6 or 7. We are right. 6. Gobert played okay. Cat, he had that one game and then he pooed. Mike Conley, he's getting old. He should retire.
Wasn't it 5 games?
No, 6, no?
No, it was 5.
It was 5?
They only won 1 game, bro.
We're having a brain fart?
Yes.
No way, they only won 1.
Yeah, because Luca and Kyrie went off again in game 5. They dropped 33 each.
Sorry guys. It's been so long since they played.
It has been.
It was 4-1. Oh,
The day before the finals is gonna start.
all right. I got the stats right here. So, Luca, Kyrie both went off 36 each. Luca 10 rebounds. He only had 5 assists. I guess he finally realized he was like, F it, I want to go home. So he decided not to pass. He shot 22 times, God damn, Kyrie shot 27 times. They
Yeah.
both shot 10 threes. Derek Lively came back 9 and 8 off the
Yeah.
bench. 24
Another
minutes.
steady game for him.
Yeah, him and Gafford, Jason Kidd's been splitting up their minutes.
They've also been
Which is
stepping
really
up,
good.
so it's been easy for him to do that.
Daniel Gafford almost double-double. PJ 12 and 7. Made the threes when it mattered the most. Derek Jones Jr., why you only shooting 6 times? You only have 5 points, but you're a starter. We've seen Jaden Hardy. He's been giving Jaden Hardy some minutes.
Yep.
7 points in 8 minutes. Really good, 3 for 5. But the Timberwolves, man, and needs help. Cat played well. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to piss you guys off. But I just realized Cat and Ant were the only double-digit scorers. They both dropped 28.
Yeah, but that's why they lost because nobody else.
McDaniel, remember that game McDaniels became Curry?
He dropped like 4 for 4 from three to start the
Yeah,
game.
it was like no, it was more. It's like 6 for 8. He dropped like
Yeah,
30.
for the game it was like 6 for 8, but
Yeah, yeah.
right at the start he
Yeah,
crushed.
yeah. But like, how you can't go from that to playing only 21 minutes, 8 points.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
you
been
gotta like
super
work on your
inconsistent
offensive game
minute-wise.
for sure. Mike Conley. Oh, I was right about that. 7, 4, and 2.
Yeah, you
Retirement.
called that. I said the only way that they can get through this now is if Conley really steps up because then everyone else will. But wasn't there a picture of him in the Dallas Mavericks locker room?
No, no. Apparently that's
That
just
was
a guy
that fake?
like him. That just
Oh,
looks
okay.
like him. It just looks very like him. Like if
Okay.
there's a lot of like
I was like,
six foot
no
two
way
dark
that
skinned
he
guys
would
with
just show up there.
a
But
buzz cut. Nah, nah. And then Nas Reed, disappointing playoffs.
sixth man of
Two
the
for,
year.
2 for 10. Yeah, 6 man of the year. People said who got robbed.
Yeah.
No, no, they said someone else got robbed. Number 2. Who was number 2? 6 man of the year. Okay, yeah, you look for it. I'll keep reading the stats. And then we got Ant 28, 9, and 6. I mean, him and Luca both want me money, so but like we're not talking about that. Don't gamble, guys. It's unacceptable. 9 points, 5 rebounds from Gobert, 0 blocks.
Malik Monk, bro.
Malik Monk, yeah. But he got hurt. So I don't know if that hurt him a little, but if you're the Timberwolves, this is a good year. You know, I think they really need to add some more scorers because what I see is a bunch of wings that can't score. Because you got Alexander Walker and McDaniels. They both have no offensive bag. I'm sorry. And then you have Cat. Cat needs to be more consistent. It's cool you turn up on the last like 2
2
games,
games. That's it. Just
but
last.
that's it. What happened to the
Not
first?
all playoffs, bro.
You know,
Not all playoffs.
what happened to the first 3? What happened to the previous rounds? Mike Conley, he's just old. Okay, you just old as hell. Gobert, that's just disappointing. Depoy, 9 points, 5 rebounds, just unacceptable, man.
Yeah, we already talked about. In my opinion, you had to have minimum 15 a game for it to be a good.
Yeah, and like 5 rebounds, no blocks.
Yeah, where's the defensive player of the year type play? Wemby would have had 4.
Lively outplayed you, and he's a rookie.
Yeah, yeah.
Or is he a second year? Whatever.
No, he's a rookie, I believe.
He's a rookie.
Yep, he's a rookie.
Derek Lively is 1 year younger than us. What the hell are we doing with our lives?
He's 20?
He's born in 2004.
Wow.
And he's starting and he's in the NBA final. What the... Oh my God, guys. What are you doing with our lives? God. But what's your take on the game so far? Or the series?
I knew Dallas was gonna win. Like I already knew.
We both called it, so
we both knew this. Like no one's stopping Luca and Kyrie this year. Like Zayn was saying it before was that Kyrie looks more comfortable now. Like he looks like he's finally found his spot.
Yeah.
Because he's not being overshadowed by a star. Like him and Luca are working together. It's not just one of them. Especially in the playoffs. Like it's been both of them. They're both getting the same amount of
like taking
coverage.
turns scoring.
Exactly. And they're loving it. Right.
It's not like
the same with
Brooklyn.
but the thing is like with LeBron, everyone was still like, oh, this is LeBron's team.
Yeah, but
now
it's also
Kyrie's
LeBron's
the
team.
veteran.
You know?
But now Kyrie's the veteran. And even though this is technically Luka's team, Kyrie it's also partially Kyrie's team too. Right? These guys are working, and dude, Jason Kidd has I don't know what he's done. They went from missing the play-in last year to being in the NBA Finals this year. Wherever the game plan is, wherever I don't know, the pep talks
signing
are,
too.
it's working, right? Everything they're doing is working. So I don't know. I think this is going to be a fun finals, but Dallas, like the guys on this team, they cannot get ahead of themselves because Boston is the best team in the NBA. They're the best team. They had one of the smoothest rides this year. They had
I mean,
60 plus wins.
that's 60 wins.
Like I
They
think it was like
lost
64 wins this year, and then they've lost only two
two.
games all playoffs. I don't care. We already talked about injuries and stuff, and Jimmy Butler was hurt, and Tyrese Halliburton was hurt, and I don't even remember who they played in the second round. I don't care about injuries or anything like that. Boston still won all the games. Tatum and Brown still showed up every single game. Derek White showed up every single game. Porzingis is going to be back for this series.
Yeah.
They don't have to rely totally on Al Horford now. Like they are going to be healthy, and their guys are showing up, and Tatum and Brown are not making mistakes. They're not getting nervous. They're
Hmm.
playing in the Boston media. They're like 25, 26. They're young. They're getting paid. And
They're entering their prime, all of them. You got veterans. Oh, they played Cleveland. I kind of forgot they played,
yeah, so
honestly.
Donovan Mitchell was out for this season, and so was
Yeah.
Jared Allen.
So you
So
have Jimmy Butler hurt, then you have Donovan Mitchell hurt, then you have Halliburton hurt.
and Jared
I
Allen for the full Cleveland
don't
series.
want to include Halliburton, but yeah.
But anyways, I don't care how smooth the ride was. I don't care how easy they had it. They're still here. They still took advantage of the full opportunity, and they played like a team who was playing against teams that were hurt. It wasn't like they were all super close games. They had some close ones,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, they still won the series 4-1, 4-1, 4-0. They still got all the rest through those. And they've had slightly more rest than Dallas throughout the whole entire playoff because Dallas had a bunch of game sevens, but they're here now. These two teams are both really good. They're both clicking fully right now. The chemistry is on a high, but Boston is the best team. They are the best team, and I think Boston's going to win.
Whoa! This is my prediction. Mavs in 6 or 7. Called it. You heard it here first. I have money riding on this. Just not because of that, but like obviously because I put money on them. I think they're
So
gonna win.
let's just be clear.
So Mavs 6 or
I
7.
don't want
Period.
Boston to win.
No,
Not a Boston fan. I
I
hate
don't think anyone from Canada wants Boston to win and
we
anything.
don't like Boston
We,
sports.
we don't like Boston.
But
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'm gonna jinx them. I wouldn't mind that. But I think it's Boston in 5.
5 is fucking disrespectful, bro.
You
Oh,
can't
sorry,
swear,
cut.
bro. You can't
Take
swear.
that back right now. 5 is
Boston in 5.
effing disrespectful.
Boston 64 wins. They've had a slim ride through.
But you better bend over after Dallas wins in 6 or 7. Bend over for me, okay?
Boston in 5. Boston in 5.
That's disrespectful.
I'm hoping it's not that. I think no matter what Boston wins,
Luca and Kyrie.
Boston in 7 would be sick. Game 7 in Boston, that would be a crazy atmosphere. I know I don't like Boston. That'd be a
Yeah, they're
crazy.
just gonna say the N-word a bunch of times.
Anyways, Boston in 5.
Oh, I forgot Kyrie's going back to.
Yeah, going back to Boston. So it's got that own storyline. Plus, Porzingis is playing against Dallas.
Yeah.
So old team versus old team. There's a bunch of storylines there, but I just think Boston's a better team. They've had more rest. And I think that their guys are ready for the moment. I think they're ready for it.
Okay,
They haven't had a bad game yet, like truly a bad game yet, any of them. So
I mean, even when they have a bad game, they win it because the other team just chokes it.
that's what I mean. And dude, if Derek White keeps on playing like how he is, and Porzingis actually like shows up, it's over.
Nah, my Lively is gonna clamp. Lively and Gafford are gonna have fun taking turns on Porzingis. They're gonna show him how soft and how little grit he has. I promise you. Tatum, he's getting okay. They don't really have guys to guard Tatum or Brown, but I think Luca's gonna go off. He's too big to be
It's what
guarded.
it's gonna have to be. Is it's gonna have to just be
It's a game of matchups,
a
I think.
total game of scoring. Like it's
Yeah.
just gonna be back to back scoring. Like you can't miss. Like whoever has the highest field goal percentage is gonna win the games. I think.
I think it's just a battle of superstars, and if the bench steps up, like
I
which
I
role
think-
players are going to
I
step
think it's
up?
gonna be a good series. Boston in 5.
Dallas in 6 or 7. I called it here.
You
Lucas
gotta
final,
pick
Luka
one.
final
Pick a
MVP.
number, bro. Pick a number.
Dallas in 6. You want to be
In 6.
disrespectful? Fine.
Dallas in 6.
Say
That's
Dallas in 6. You say Celtics in 5. Who's your Finals MVP? Mine is Doncic. Shit, I almost said Tatum.
yeah, because even you know.
No.
You know inherently back here, dude. Freud.
Buddy, I have
No.
$70 on this.
I actually think it's gonna be. Actually, you know what? I think it's gonna be Jason Tatum. I think it'll be
Tatum, not Brown.
I think it's gonna be Tatum.
Okay, we'll see. I mean,
If Dallas does win, I actually think it'll be Kyrie.
no, it'll be Luca. His stats, they stuff this sheet.
I know, but Kyrie, I think he's made for this moment. I think he's made for the finals. Like that's what he
I'll
is.
give it the last shot, but
Yeah.
actually, yeah, I give Kyrie the last shot over Luca. But
I
Luca's
mean,
still clutch too.
I think it's they both have the highest percentage chance of making it. So
Yeah.
whoever's open, that's who you give it to. All right. Well, I think that's all we had to talk about. And for Champions League, Real Madrid, congratulations. You guys got Mbappe. Good
I hope
job.
you guys want some money in the Champions League, like I did. Lots of money. Maybe I'm addicted, maybe I'm not, but
I would say
until NBA is done.
I'd say the
Actually, no, I'll
first
be betting on
former.
Euros.
So the former.
Oh, Euros is coming up this summer. We're gonna talk about that.
June 15th, bro. It's like next week.
Yeah, but that's group stages, no? Or like friendlies?
You still want to watch that? No, I think
No.
that's like the for real. Like I think that's
Okay, guys, I need to go. Signing off. I really need a piss right now. But this has been Ethan. This has been Imran. We'll talk to you.
Ethan actually kept his shirt
next week.
on. So
Yeah, because
we
our
won't,
video
we won't get our stuff taken.
Okay,
Bye bye.